Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. In today's video, we are going to cover BTC, its recent price action, a couple of interesting news, and of course, many of interesting charts for BTC and a little bit of altcoins too. So if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. And of course, a quick disclaimer that this video isn't a financial advice. You should do your own due diligence and research before investing into any crypto project. And now, without any further ado, let's hop into BTC itself. So as of right now, at the time of recording this video, BTC is trading at 51,783 USD. So it's currently experiencing a leg up of 1.6%. Market cap is currently sitting at $1 trillion, 14 billion, and 24-hour trading volume is sitting at 17 billion USD. So as we can see over here, BTC is experiencing that beautiful reversal, and I do believe that is just a beginning. But all right, let's have a look firstly at where we are in this bull cycle. So basically we are still in a green area, which is accumulation zone. So that is very beautiful for everybody that pretty much missed opportunity in a blue zone. So let's have a look at this chart first over here. So Bitcoin long-term bull run. So as we can see over here, that comparison is very beautiful because we can pretty much see based on that what we can expect in a, let's say, common year or year and a half, right? 214, 217. We had this obviously dump over here in the previous bull cycle. Then we had accumulation, obviously the phase number 2, which is exiting from that Wyckoff accumulation, and then the parabola. So it's exactly the same thing over here, right? We have retraced after the all-time highs. Then we had this accumulation zone, and we had that pre-bull exit out of the Wyckoff accumulation, which we have just entered, and obviously the parabola. So obviously that is a very beautiful time to be in crypto. Now, if we are going to look at that chart over here, Bitcoin, and get ready for the parabolic run of gold candles. As we can see over here, if we are going to pretty much follow the trend line over here for BTC, the peak potentially, according to this chart, shout out to Stock Money Lizards, could be around 1 million USD. Yikes, that will be beautiful. But all right, let's have a look at this thing over here. So big breaking, the spot Bitcoin ETF net inflows was 233 million as of yesterday, and that was posted on February 25th, which is today. So let's have a look over here. US Bitcoin ETFs are scoping up all Bitcoin available for sale. Yesterday, the ETFs bought 5 days worth of supply. So as we can see over here, that is very bullish thing. And let's have a look over here. This chart pretty much represents how we are pretty much dealing with ETFs over the time. So ever since we got accepted, the ETF, BTC ETF was accepted, ever since 10th of January, we can see that exponential growth in terms of ETF holding. So that is very bullish thing. And now let's have a look at that. Of course, connected with the fact that the supply is very, very low and it's dropping, especially after the halving, that is going to be huge, all of those things. So I do believe that is very easy to understand because BTC is pretty much changing the world. All right, so let's have a look at this over here, the triangle model. As we can see over here in previous bull cycles, once we broke out of these triangles, we had the parabola, right? And obviously we are pretty much just broke out of that descending trend line, out of the bear cycle. So that target could potentially put BTC at around 230,000 US dollars. So again, these are beautiful times to be in crypto. And now let's have a look at the chart itself. So that obviously is 1 hourly time frame, and we can clearly see that we have this bullish reversal over here on BTC. So that is very beautiful. It doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to see parabola right away, but obviously that's something good to see. And if I'm going to switch into daily, as we can see over here, we are still below the resistance level that is pretty much sitting at roughly $52,500. And if I'm going to zoom this chart out, maybe let me switch it to the weekly, we can clearly see that this resistance is very, very important over here. Once we are going to break this resistance, which I believe is going to come to happen in a few weeks, that is going to be a very, very important and significant thing for BTC further parabola. But all right, let's have a look over here. Not everybody is so bullish. So shout out to CryptoCon. Now, Nomad Top has avoided the retest of this moving average as support. It is a guarantee Definitely not, but it's still there. So as we can see over here, we've got this retracement zone, Fibonacci retracement zone of 0.618, right? And no previous bull cycle basically avoided that dip over here. As we can see, 2012, right, we had that rejection and we had a pullback on that zone. Same as over here, right, in 2016 and 2019 mid top. So now basically that could happen as well, technically. However, with all of these things that are coming into fruition, I'm not necessarily convinced that we are going to see a major pullback. If we are going to see a little bit of pullback, that is going to be a great buying opportunity. However, as I'm saying, that not necessarily have to happen this bull cycle, because it is obviously different due to the ETFs. But okay, let's have a look now at this interesting thing. If you are interested into Tangem wallet, I would highly suggest to keep our BTC or whatever project that you are guys believing outside of exchanges on which anything might happen pretty much. So the wallet is pretty much in a shape of a credit card, and I do believe that is a really cool feature that you can just hold it in a wallet, not like a ledger device. So you can just type over here your desirable coin. Obviously it supports BTC and most of the crypto projects to see if there is a availability with your project. And as we can see over here, we got so many good and secure features about the Tangem chip. And with my discount code, you can receive a minus 10% off. So I do believe that it is a great deal. But right, let's have a look at this chart over here. First of all, shout out to Titan of Crypto on X. Now Bitcoin entering phase 2 of the bull run. Monthly Williams R is reaching the top dotted line. When it occurred in previous cycles, BTC was on the verge of entering its second phase of the bull cycle. So we are very, very close. All of these charts are pretty much signaling that we are going to experience something legendary. And now let's have a look over here. Bitcoin is not bearish. Here's why. Bitcoin supply on exchange at all-time low. 93.5 of Bitcoin supply has been mined. World's largest asset manager holds 7 billion in Bitcoin. Around 20% of all Bitcoins mined are permanently lost. So that is a huge thing. If you think about it, if we are going to put it into perspective, of course, now upcoming halving, the ETF, etc., that is very, very bullish. So as I was saying, right, we don't necessarily have to see that big pullback on BTC, right, given all of those things. But now let's have a look at this chart over here. Bitcoin midterm outlook. So breakout through 48k resistance, pre-halving volatility and consolidation ongoing at the moment, and new all-time highs after halving are pending. So according to this chart over here, we could see around $200,000 BTC in this bull cycle. That would be beautiful too. I'm not saying that it's not going to reach 1 million. However, it is definitely questionable if it's going to hit 1 million in this cycle. So if we are going to look from the perspective of the percentage of BTC, we are only in 32% of this bull cycle. So it is still a good opportunity to buy BTC, right? I know that many people do wait for BTC to pull back to 30-40k, right? However, these same people are going to be buying Bitcoin above 100k. So I would say, not a financial advice, just my personal opinion, that this is good time to buy BTC still before the halving. And now let's have a look at some alts, okay? So while you recognize this pattern, total market cap of altcoins performed in last alt season. So as we can see over here, if we are going to follow that trend line over here, we can expect around 3 trillion USD for alts. So you can just imagine how much money is going to fly into alts. And by the way, let me know down in the description below, what are you holding in terms of alts, if you do hold any. And now if we are going to look at this chart over here, which is very bullish too. So as we can see over here, we've got this huge resistance level over here, and below that we've got Wyckoff accumulation, right? So in 2020, once we broke above that accumulation, we saw a little bit of pullback and then a huge parabola on alts. And as we can see over here, pretty much the same thing is happening, right? We have this huge resistance over here. Below that we've got Wyckoff accumulation. We have entered that phase D on Wyckoff accumulation. We are entering phase E, and of course we could see a little bit of pullback, not necessarily, but right after that it's pretty much very easy to figure it out what is going to happen. Alright, that's it for today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed that quick BTC update, and I wish you having a great day. Peace and love, crypto.